I'd go from bronze to mythic, if I could only open some rares.
That's freaking terrible.
But we'll work hard to solve the format.
7 wins.
And I'm sure we'll make it there.
All right, what is up, my friends? Welcome to episode 1 of Bronze to Mythic, Innistrad Midnight Hunt. Hope you enjoyed the theme song, our brand new theme against Scatoon Network. Absolutely killed it. Maddie B, the video editor, killed it. And you're going to see that one a lot from now on because it's Bronze to Mythic. And we're starting up a brand new run. If it's your first time here, Bronze to Mythic is a show where I take my account from literally, you can see right here, Bronze Tier 4, all the way at the bottom. We're about to do my very, very first draft in Innistrad Midnight Hunt. And then we're going to go all the way to Mythic in as few drafts as possible, hopefully. I will say our Strixhaven run was difficult. That was like 25 drafts. Caledon, we killed it like 17 drafts. So it depends. We're going to learn the format. And we're starting from the beginning. I haven't even done any drafts yet. I've done 0 drafts in this format so far. So, hey, awesome. And we're also doing a Marvel Strike Force sponsored this theme stream. More on that later. But if you want to sign up, use the QR code. Helps me out a ton as a content creator. And Marvel Strike Force, thanks so much. Hashtag sponsored. So, Bronze to Mythic. Our new set is Innistrad Midnight Hunt. And we're just going to jump right into a draft here. And again, the whole point of this series is to learn the format together and learn what it takes to go from Bronze to Mythic. So, we're going to jump right in here to our first draft. The set's been out now for like almost a week, and I've been seeing murmurs online. People talking about blue and black being really, really good. Top commons. I did my set review, but I have not played with the cards yet. So we really are coming in at the absolute base level 0. Let's open our first pack. Let's do this. Boom, there it is. Tainted Adversary. Opened a good rare. It looks like 2/3 Death Touch for 2, which is already good. And it has Multi-Kicker, basically, where, awesome, getting the subs, thank you, where you can get more tokens, decayed tokens. Seems like a really, really good card, obviously. All the adversaries seem absolute bonkers and limited because they're all good on rate regardless, and they scale super well. So that's going to be our pick, I think, no matter what here. Let's look at some of these cards, though. We got Cathartic Pyre, which is a decent removal spell, just your usual 3 damage. Pretty unlikely you're going to use the looting effect on your premium removal spell unlimited, but we got Catholic Naturalist, which is a great 2-drop. Very, very good 2-drop here in red and green. Makes mana, lords, pumps lords and stuff like that. We got Immolation, decent removal spell. So some red cards in the back. Again, the first few drafts are always kind of just like reading the cards and getting a feel for everything. But yeah, Adversary here is a super easy pick. It's a super easy first pick, Tainted Adversary. And we got our second pack here. Rare is missing. Again, very important to note in your limited drafts. So we're going to go over a lot of the basic concepts as we always do. And one of them is when you're past your second pack, take a look at it and see what's missing. And that gives you a really good barometer for what's still in the pack and what your person passing to you might have taken. So with a rare gone, you don't know anything. Could have been a good black rare, could have been a good red rare. Don't know much at all. So not too much to look at from that point of view. Look at the uncommons here, and Morbid Opportunist seems absolutely fantastic. 3 mana for a 1/3. Whenever one or more creatures die, yours or theirs, draw a card. Absolutely insane, because creatures just die all the time in limited. So it's on color with our first pick. It's probably the best card in the back anyway, so great start to our draft. Play with Fire is pretty cool as well. Royal Creeper is kind of cool, but for the most part, this is a pretty easy pick here. Morbid Opportunities, and a fantastic start to our first draft here in Bronze to Mythic. So next pack is a rare and a common missing. So because of that, you have a better idea of if that common taken was better than these cards, what could it be, and so on and so forth. And we got Ordix Outrider, 4 mana for a 2/4. Whenever a creature you control dies, but a counter on a creature you control, it's pretty good. Then we have Fangblade Brigade, 3/4 Werewolf, also very, very solid card. Moonsilver Key, we got some Coven. Coven's a new mechanic that counts the power of creatures you control. If you have 3 or more different powers, you can take an ability. We got Duel for Dominance here, which is a fight card, also with Coven. So Behemoth's pretty sweet. Obviously, there's a lot of black tokens with the decay in this format, which we want to find a good use for, and Behemoth is an on-color way to do that. I will say I think that these cards are both pretty reasonable in the white and black and red cards, but just like the Behemoth here, it looks really solid. And the black and blue mechanics are a lot about the decayed tokens, and the decayed tokens are the 2/2s that will die whenever they attack and can't block. So you got to find a use for them a lot that's outside of combat. You can't guarantee you're going to be in combat, and a 7/6 menace is pretty freaking good anyway, so that's sweet. So next pack is here, and we have 2 uncommons still here, both multicolor uncommons. Rites of Oblivion, which actually seems really, really good. And there were some good white cards in that last pack as well. Search Party Captain's pretty nice. Static Awakener's pretty cool. Looks like a pretty cool card. No real blue cards here. We got a Pump Spell in green and Evolving Wilds. There were some pretty good white cards in that last pack, so white does seem pretty open as well. And this is just a phenomenal card here. We have a sacrifice a permanent to kill something and then do it again with a flashback, so it's card advantage if possible. And again, black has tons of these Decayed tokens, and it's important to think of these Decayed tokens more like they are a clue token or a food token, because they can't block and they don't really attack super well either. So they're the kind of thing where it's a resource, but you need to figure out how to use it beyond just attack and blocking. So white here does seem super open. We got a bad rare. We have Vengeful Strangler, can't block, and whenever it dies, comes back transformed. A lot of transform cards in this set. Champlain's Marker, sacrifice an online permanent, it was 1 life, so that's okay. We got Ritual Guardian, Coven for lifelink. We have Unruly Mob, whenever a creature you control dies, put a counter on it, which does seem pretty sweet, honestly. And then there's also Siege Zombie, which allows you to tap these creatures to lose 1 life. Siege Zombie does seem very, very good. So I do think white's still open, but the Zombie does seem excellent here. Again, finding a way to turn all those Decayed tokens into something to do. So like Siege Zombie a lot here. And now no more white cards, but another Siege Zombie. And we don't really have like a ton of stuff to make tokens yet. But Zombie's still cool. There's also Digraph Horde, which is a 5 mana 3/4. Comes into play, makes 2 tokens, and then exile cards from graveyards. This card does seem pretty good. And the big thing here, of course, is that the mana curve is very important. Because I'll play 4 Siege Zombies. I won't play 4 Digraph Hordes kind of thing. But the Horde does seem really, really good. And in first draft, I don't really have an evaluation point as to like which card is better and which card's going to be around more. I'm going to take the Baby Grave Titan here, though. So now we have multiple ways to make multiple tokens with the Horde and the Tainted Adversary, which is cool. Another Siege Zombie. All right. And then Awakener, too. So black seems unbelievably open. Siege Zombie or Awakener. Awakener is a really cool card. It transforms into a 4/4, and you draw a card. You sacrifice a token. And I don't know what's better, Siege Zombie or Awakener, I'm not going to lie. Definitely diminishing returns on Siege Zombie, though. I'm going to take the Awakener. I'll take the Awakener here. There are some green cards here, too. And again, we're not necessarily white with this one good white card. And let's keep rocking and rolling here. All right, so now we see a Seize the Storm, which feels like a very good card, but a very good archetype card. Only good in a certain archetype. So now I get a Pump Spell. We got a counter spell that makes a Decayed token. It's kind of eh. Guys, this card's actually pretty sweet. You can bounce around stuff to draw cards and things like that. But Blade Brand's kind of eh. Mounted Dread Knight. It's just like a random creature. I'm going to take the blue spell. Blue does make a lot of tokens. So definitely blue making Decayed tokens is a way to keep our Decayed stuff going. We get our original pack back. And the Kessig Naturalist is still here. I'm pretty surprised. This card's really, really good. Like, we're not taking it, obviously, but just a really, really good card. It is obviously a multicolored card, so you got to be red green to cast it, but also have Secrets of a Key, and then a bunch of red cards here. I mean, this card seems pretty solid. This card seems pretty solid, too. So a lot of red cards. We'll take the Immolation. It's just a decent removal spell. So now we see red starting to dry up. We see Candle Trap, which is a white enchantment that gives a creature Defender. And basically just like turns it off. And if you have Coven, you can exile it. Good for a defensive deck. I don't think we're that defensive, though. Also a Startle, which is kind of cool. We used to have this trick in the last format. This is just the trick in the last format, but better. So let's take Startle. The more tokens, the better. And now we see Consider. Candlelit Cavalry, just a 5/5. I'm take Consider here. So it looks like we're leaning into black-blue. And we have an Ardent Elementalist, which will return an instant sorcery. A couple green cards. Just going to stay out of green. So right now, we know we're black. Black is super open, and we are absolutely sure of that. And the question is, are we white, or are we blue, or are we red, basically? Those are our last cards. So we'll see what we open in our next pack. Eyebolt Harrier is a bear. It's honestly not a bad card. So, pack number 2. Let's take a look what we got here. We do have a Dreadhound. A 6/6 for 6. Comes into play mill 3. Whenever a creature dies, or a creature card is put into a graveyard from the library, each opponent loses 1 life. Oh my god. Whenever any creature dies, mine or my opponent's. So, that's a pretty ridiculous uncommon. Let's take that one. Let's take that one. is a demon dog. Good news on Karn. Karn has been diagnosed with a condition that is treatable and will hopefully be home today, which is great. He has to be on steroids for 6 months. He's going to get ripped. But yeah, this card seems absolutely insane. Then we have like just your, middling thing. Eaten Alive does seem very good also, but this card just seems like ridiculous. Like rare level, power level, or better. So, ship it. Definitely nowhere black. And then we get a Briar Bridge Tracker. And this card is really, really good. But let's look at the rest of the back first here. So, we got Bane Blade Scoundrel, 4/3 for 4. Whenever it's blocked. So this is just another, like, I thought there's one really solid uncommon in each werewolf in each color. This one is quite good. We got an Angler. We got an Outlaw, not too great. We have Secrets of a Key, Devious Cover-Up, Startle. Nothing great here. We also have Phantom Carriage, which, Flashback or Disturb. Nothing really too great happening here. Bang Blade's pretty good. Should take the black card again. We're not really sure what our second color is, so just keep taking black cards. Because we know we're for sure playing black cards. I'm not taking the tracker here, because we have no green cards currently. We know we're a color that's not black. Not sure which one it is yet, but we'll figure it out. Get past a Mask of Grizzlebrand, which is a expensive, clunky equipment that's quite powerful. And we see whenever a creature dies, you may pay X, or X its power. If you do, draw X cards. So very clunky, kind of a cool card, but very, very clunky. Other options here, Organ Hoarder seems phenomenal. I said this is probably one of the best blue commons in our set review. Just really good card advantage and graveyard stuff for a deck, and pushes us more towards blue. Then we have Component Collector. We have Bait Hook Angler. It's a pretty solid card. And then nothing else too crazy here. I kind of want to take the Mask. I'm going to take the, hey, there we go. Thanks so much, Marvel. Take the Organ Order. We're going to lean to blue. We're going to lean to blue here until you can find the blue stuff. Usually I lean towards taking the rare in a new format, but next pack, there's Battlefield. Whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, you get birds. I love the creepy art in this set, I must say. I do love it. Jim D. Fear in chat, please. I love the creepy art. And we got Faithful Mending, Turn the Earth. We have Eaten Alive, good removal spell. We've got a Hobbling Zombie, which is a pretty fine card. And then Reunion, Traveler. Nothing crazy. Just take the Eaten Alive. Pretty solid removal spells. I think we're moving into blue-black. I think we're pretty solidly in blue-black. Unblinking Observer. It's not too good. Crawl from the Cellar. No Way Out. A Mind Rot plus a token, which is okay. Necros. Oh, so many words. Chain a creature. Every creature, whenever a creature dies, put a counter on this creature. Whenever this dies, let the top capture your library. Put X its power. One of those cards in your hand. Rest in the bottom of your library. That's a lot of words. Locked in a Cemetery. Card pretty solid. It's an okay removal spell. And then Phantom Carriage. Not a ton to do with that yet. I guess we're going to lock. Let's try that one. Secrets of a Key. No Way Out. Arrogant Outlaw. Outlaw is obviously good if you're aggressive. I'm not sure how aggressive we're going to be yet. So, I really feel like we're getting the full tour of the set this draft. Kind of taking a bunch of colors, taking a bunch of cards here. Let's clear some of these like crappier cards out. Like Lambolt Harriers, whatever. Mrs. Whatever. Definitely not red. Yeah, I mean, probably just blue-black at this point. So I think No Way Out. Let's try No Way Out. Seems fine. Secrets is really slow. I'm not super big fan of that one. So let's try the Mind Rot that makes token. I'm looking to make tokens. So now we get a pack here with a Corpse Cobble, a blue-black instant. Additional cost: sack any number of creatures, make a token, and flash it back. I don't think we have if we have like an insane amount of decayed token production, this would be like probably an okay payoff for it, but I don't think we're really there yet for that. We have Crawl from the Cellar, another Awakener, which seems like a pretty solid card to me, so let's take the Awakener here. Pretty reasonable. And no black or blue cards. Okay. You know what that means? We're taking the rare. It's also a Burn the Accursed. I mean, I think they Burn the Accursed. Just because if we end up being red somehow, open something for some red rare, it's a possible way to go. So take the burn. Now we have a few red cards, so if you're opening up a red bomb in pack 3 you wanted to switch, that's a possibility. One of the good things about draft is making sure you just kind of keep yourself open. So you want to have your like backdoor chances to get places. I guess Silverboat's playable, sure. I kind of just, it wasn't black or blue, so I glossed over it, but that card seems reasonable. Flip the Switch seems okay. Typically don't love 3-mana counter spells. There's Startle. And again, this card just seems insane to me because this card, without the token, was a good card in the last format. So now we're just adding a free token to an already good card. So Startle seems insane. Seems insane. No cards. I like this card a lot. Might of the Old Ways. Super awesome design. Super awesome design. And then we get a Rotten Reunion. Exile 1 card from a graveyard. Make a token with Decayed. Yeah, I mean, it's 2 Decayed tokens. Probably not playing that card, but... whatever. So not playing Rights, probably. The Guardian. Alright, pack 3. And we're opening good green rares today. Opening good green rares today. So, Augur of Autumn, probably a very good limited card. Very good limited card, but not really in our colors. So, our blue and our black cards. We have Revenge of a Drowned, a 4-mana instant. Creature puts its on the top of a library and you make a token. So, a medium removal spell. Stormrider Spirit, which is just like an okay card. Crawl Micellar, which is an okay raise dead. Another Digraph Horde, which is going to be really, really good. And this card seems awesome too, because it's just like a Grave Titan. It makes tokens, exiles graveyards, which is pretty big. So yeah, just an easy horde here. I feel like an easy horde. And passed a pack with a larder zombie, which seems like it's not particularly great. And Blinking Observer and a zombie here. More zombies is great. More zombies is great. Look at our cards here. So we have Eaten Alive, Double Awakener, Geist Wave, Cemetery, Startle, Siege Zombie. Our curve is okay. Horde, Behemoth, Dreadhound. We got some big boomers, that's for sure. Ooh, man, this card seems really, really good. Grizzly Ghoul. A 4/3 trample for 4 is like already pretty good. And then it could easily be like a 6/5. Like easily. Like I tag with the bear, you block with the bear, and I play this. It's a 6/5, which is insane. But all right, we also have Falcon Abomination, which is a 2/2 flyer for 3 that makes a token, which is pretty sweet. We have Hobbling Zombie, which just seems worse to me. Having the flyer just seems better. It makes a token. So we're making a lot of tokens here. It's pretty sweet. And another Phantom Carriage. I already passed a few of these. Search for a card with Flashback or Disturb. I don't think we have any of those. Yeah, pretty sure we have 0 Flashback and 0 Disturb cards. So 4/4 flyer for 6, not super exciting. Maybe a 3rd Awakener. 3 feels like a lot. 3 feels like a lot. So we'll take the try the Awakener out. And pretty mopey pack. Our deck's almost done, so there's not really any worries here. Red was kind of open too, honestly. Definitely red was super open. Yeah, definitely pretty good, but whatever. I mean, I doubt we're going to be dying for playables. It's best of 1. For those who are unfamiliar with the Bronze and Mythic series, we play best of 1 here. Oh, wow. Another Organ Hoarder. This card just seems so good because, so Seraf's Packmate was one of the best commons in the Kaldheim draft format. And that had, it was a 3/3 and it had Foretell. But this just doesn't draw you a card. This draws you a good spell and puts cards in your graveyard. So, just seems phenomenal. Just seems phenomenal. So, second Hoarder seems awesome. And then, look it up, folks. Get a dictionary. Go to the D section and look it up. Defenstrate. It is a word. It is a card. And that's what you get. So, better than Silverbolt? Probably? I assume so. Defenstrate.
Get off my
window. Duress, Larder Zombie. Not playing these cards. None of the Reliquary. New sub. What's your name? Where are you from? Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Larder Zombie seems pretty bad, honestly. Very low impact card, both in body and in effect. I doubt we're playing any of these cards. Defenestrate. Defenselate. Cole, what's up, Cole? All right, yeah. Our deck's done. We have probably one too many cards. Take that rare draft. Rare draft. Give me my gems. All right, whatever. Draft's done. Deck's done. So, our first draft for Bronze and Mythic here is looking pretty good. I'm not going to lie. It's looking pretty good. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the stream. Bronze and Mythic episode 1. If you just tuned in, you missed the theme song. But you'll see it in a future episode, hopefully. Hopefully. All right, so consider Eaten Alive. We have 3 Awakeners. We have, maybe this Geist Wave isn't too good. Locked in the Cemetery. We're light on removal, I think. We have Defenstrate. Playing the No Way Out. I think we're just playing like all of our cards here. I want to play. We can play 16 lands. I usually play 16 in best of 1 anyway, and we have multiple cantrips. If consider, double startle. I'm going to play 16 lands. But I am going to, almost no doubles either, no double costs. None of our blue spells that are 2-drops are like spells that are cast on turn 2 though, so we're going to go down 1, up 1. We're going to play 7 islands and 9 swamps. Oh, actually, this is the Bronze to Mythic account. So I'm playing on my second account here because my main account is not currently Bronze. So we get to use, I don't get my cool lands. So that's your deck. That's your deck, folks. And let's hop right into the games. Round 1, bets are being placed. Your YouTube comment of the day is believer or non-believer. We'll do this for all Bronze to Mythic from now on. In Bronze to Mythic, your YouTube comment of the day, we finish the drafts. You can scroll down the comments and say I'm a believer or a non-believer as far as getting 7 wins. And chat today is believing. 71% believes we're getting 7 wins. Honestly, I'm a believer too. I think this deck is pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. So jump right in here. We're on the draw, and we can keep this. This is fun. Can't cast any spells yet, but not a problem. Not a problem. All right, and Lunarch Veteran. 1 mana, 1/1, Sword of Soul Warden. Sword of Soul Warden. What's up, Paradiddle? How's it going, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bronze to Mythic returns. Bronze to Mythic. That's a cool planes. I like the Artemis planes a lot. The old pumpkin planes. They should do old border basics of lands that only have new borders, of the arts, for like a Modern Horizons coming out. All right, so we need an island here, obviously, but we're not exactly getting beat down super hard. So we got our Organ Hoarder, our Startles. Again, it's important to note these Decay tokens, they don't block, so they're not like regular tokens. They're just playing a naked Brutal Cathar. All right, we're just not drawing spells. Okay. I mean, any landscape spells. So day turns night, unfortunately. One of the big downsides to the day-night mechanic in Limited is when you're mana screwed, it goes to night instantly, and you just get smashed. That was a hallmark of both previous Innistrad formats. So we'll see if that holds true for this one. And thanks to whoever that was for reaching level 2. Appreciate that. We're up to 12 players already. You're all awesome. These lands. These lands are freaking awesome. The art of these lands is insane. I don't like the new borders, Thanks, Infinity. You great. All right, so Famished Foragers comes into play. If opponent lost life, make red, red, red. Coal Stoker, eat your heart out. Jeez. Yeah, they were dead, folks. I think we're dead. Bronze to Mythic's going to start with a game where we literally never cast a spell. But the good news is, when you start at the bottom, there's no lower to go than this. All right, you can't go any lower. You can't go any lower. Yeah, Innistrad's got some cool art for sure. Got some cool art. All right, so Ordric's Outrider. So yeah, opponent just goes 1, 3, 4, 4. And yeah, we're dead. All right, I'm pretty sad because we actually drew a castable spell. So now we're going to die having cast a spell. So that's not fun. That's not fun. Good start. Good start to Bronze. The show's over. Everyone go home. That's it. I don't want to play anymore. The game's like you can't go any lower than this, Jim. You've hit the bottom. All right, you've hit the bottom. I have a guarantee. I promise you. Promise you we're going to cast a spell this game. Just kidding. Just kidding. I mean, we're not mulliganing this hand. We're on the draw with 2 lands and 2 castable spells. People mulligan too often in Limited. So. Bring it on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Would you say curving out on mana screwed opponent is good in this format? Yeah, usually. They didn't curve out perfectly. They missed a 2-drop, so they missed a 2-drop. So, we're going to cast our first relevant spell next turn, a Hobbling Zombie, which is a great blocker, obviously. We have Defense Trait, which is a great removal spell. And eventually we'll draw a blue land at some point. Eventually. There's one. Look at that. All right. Now I got tons of options. So we have a Performer here. Whenever it attacks, is 1 damage defending player, which is pretty good. And we have a crappy 1-drop that can pump. All right. So we just zombie here and block the... try and block the Performer. Or Perforator. Let's go. Of course, the Startle does play really, really well with the Hobbling Zombie, but we'll find a good use for it anyway. You know, on the back foot here on the draw. Oh, this is great. Actually, not even gonna attack with go over a trade here. So, fire in the Stinger, and it's only 1 damage. They want to use their whole turn pumping it. No problem here. No problem here. Casting spells. How about let's hear for casting spells. Let's hear for drawing our colors, casting spells. They're gonna pump and deal 3 and not do anything on their board. That's great. All right, so Hobbling Zombies here. Gonna play our first Organ Hoarder. Look at our top 3 cards. Put 1 in our hand, rest in the graveyard. And that's a little tough here. So I kind of want this Horde, but we don't have any lands. Take land number 5 here. We can't really cast our spells anyway. I'm taking the Horde. You got to be a little greedy limited, you know? You got to have some faith. You'll just draw some lands. And then we can send the Zombie in. No, I'm going to hold it back. If I kill my Hoarder and get in, it's pretty bad for us. I'm just going to hold back the Hoarder here. There could even be an argument towards if they attack with Stinger again, blocking with the Zombie and just making them tap their mana to pump. The problem is they didn't have a play last turn. They might not this turn too, because if we knew they had a play for sure, blocking here is pretty good because it forces them to waste their entire turn to kill my Hobbling Zombie and just buys me much more time to do more stuff too. But I think we're not sure if they have a play. I think taking 1 is just fine. So no blocks is fine. No blocks is fine. Take 1, sure. And then an Arrogant Outlaw. So, blocking there would have worked out really well, but that's okay. That's okay. Eaten Alive. Sack creature and kill something. Okay, so we do have a decent amount of options here, of course. Cemetery requires you to have 5 cards in your graveyard to tap something. You also have Consider. But I want to leave Startle up for sure, so this might just be a turn where we say go, honestly. I'm just going to say go. We also have defense straight too, so if they don't play something or they don't walk into our startle, we can just play this too. And we defense straight, we can also consider. So, pretty cool. What's up, Dan? You got to vote in the first 2 minutes. Got to vote in the first 2 minutes. All right, so they're coming in. We take 1, and we're going to line some blocks up here. And just want to keep this Hobbling Zombie alive, most likely. Go here and here, probably. Do I want to keep the Hobbling Zombie alive? Yeah, I think I do. It blocks bigger things, too. So, block like this. Then we're going to startle on the Outlaw, barring, we'll see what they do here. They have a pump spell. We could always play the Geist Wave and just bounce it, too, which is pretty good. Just another Bronze Mythic. You like that new theme song? Skatoon. Killing it. Slaying, as usual. Alright, so we're going to pump the Stinger, which is fine. We're going to startle on the Outlaw. You get -2, -0, draw a card, and make it... It's just so much freaking, stuff you get for 2 mana. For a card that replaces itself, also. So again, the Decay tokens cannot block. Which is really... It's hard to quantify how important that is. Because we're used to tokens being great blockers, make a 1/1, to make some trump blockers, but they don't block. And they're going to Rotting Reunion, and they're going to exile a card from my graveyard and make their own Decayed token. Sure. And we are just incapable of drawing lands. But that's okay. That's okay. We might just cast Tainted Adversary here as a 2/3, because we kind of just need to stay alive. I guess we're at 7, so... Alright, play the Adversary and just say go. We're going to leave up our Consider, our Geist Wave, and we have just a whole bunch of stuff going on here, so... Adversary being a 2/3, that 3rd toughness is going to be very important in this format because it blocks Decayed tokens. So, I'm just going to say go here. Paradiddle! If you subbed and I missed it, I'm sorry, my friend. Welcome back. Month number 2, most important month. If you're a new sub, don't join the Discord. If you're an old sub who haven't joined the Discord, join the Discord. You're all freaking great. You're all freaking great. Bronze to Mythic returns. We have a lot of cards in our hand. Just saying. Here comes the Stinger. So we can just So 3 power for we can block up both of these and just make them do something with it. I can bounce my own creature too and draw a card. That's a little iffy. Maybe I just block with the Adversary and bounce our own Adversary and draw a card. It's kind of sweet. Try and find that land number 5. Let's do that. Again, there's a lot of value in... actually, if this is the case, I should have blocked both, actually. That was stupid. I screwed up. I should have blocked both, because the first I can only kill this. Or no, then I can't stack damage. Never mind. We're good. We're good. Everything's good. Damage of the stack. Raise your hand in chat. Remember damage on the stack. Should I bounce our own thing? Draw a card here. Draw land. Perfect. Now I get to play this and play a Digraph Horde and exile some cards in the graveyard, make some tokens. And again, like, it's weird because the tokens die when you attack with them, so like they kind of just sit there for a while. So like I said, they're very similar to food. They're a resource. They sit and play. They don't really affect combat too much. Let's get their creatures. I get their flashback cards here, right? Let's get back. Let's get these two. What? There we go. And we'll just say go. Again, we are at 7, so it's not die to stuff. The opponent has put like 14 mana into this card already. Cool art, though. The art of a set is dope. The art of a set is really, really cool. Want to get in with the Decay token? Why? Like, why get in with Decay? The thing is, the Decay tokens are so weird. They're going to mind rob me. I have 7 freaking cards in my hand. All right, discard to consider. And... where's the cemetery card, honestly? Right, sack. So that's the thing. So the thing about these tokens is you don't necessarily want to attack with them. Like, you kind of want to hold them and use them as a resource in some way. Whether you're sacrificing them or tapping them for value in some way, something like that. Nowhere's mostly lost. Nowhere's mostly lost. That's the thing. It's weird. You see a token in play and you're like, why is it just sitting there? But that's the reality, is they kind of just sit there. So you draw an Ecstatic Awakener, a card that I'm really excited about. And it's a 1/1 for 1, pay 3, sack creature, and makes it into a 4/4, and you draw a card, which is awesome. We can also just Digraph Warrior, make more tokens. This card's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. We're going to attack with the Horde. And I want to cast this Dreadhound, but we're so flush of resources here, you know? Alright, so then we're just going to play the Horde. Just say go. Keep making large creatures, eat their graveyard. And then obviously you get to a point where you just have so many zombies you can attack. But so you can see how good that 2-drop would be, the one that says tap 3 creatures to drain some life. There's a lot of cards in blue and black that make your opponent... that allow your creatures to tap to do something. And that's what these cards are for, basically. So here comes the Stinger. And they can pump it. They can pump it twice, which will give it it'd be a 5-power first striker. I'm going to block both here. So block both. They have to pump it to kill one creature, and they can't kill both anyway. And if I let them deal 5 damage to me, I could die here. So they're going to burn the house down. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. Digraph Grave Titan. So this Adversary in our hand, too. Check Grave Titans for days. They screwed up. Not limited, never mind. Sure. Couldn't they have just, like, pumped it twice? Whatever, sure. Alright, let's play Dreadhound. So it comes into play, I mill 3 whenever a creature dies or creature cards put into a graveyard. So they're just like, this thing's insane with these Decay tokens too, right? So like, I could attack with all these and they just do damage no matter what. But we're going to attack with, like, I don't want to die here. I don't want to lose some random, like, threaten or something like that. I'm just going to say go. I'm just going to be, like, super, super conservative. Like, I don't know what threatens are in the format. They're dead on board. Are they? 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 10, 15. 6, they were dead. They were dead. You're right. You're right. They were dead. It's a lot more than it looks like, I guess, with the each token being 3 because of the Dreadhound. So you're totally right. Miss Lethal, Bronze and Mythic. Listen, when you're in Bronze, you gotta play like you're in Bronze. You know, I'm not gonna play up here. I'm just gonna play in my level. You know, and then we'll work our way up as we go. All right? No problem. No problem. Blood Pact, draw 2, lose 2. Sure. Punt is strong. I think punt is strong. You know, it wasn't a blunder. We're still winning. I didn't lose any material for nothing. You know, there's the Foragers, and now they're still pretty dead. Yeah, defense rate. This one.
Get off my plane.
It's really appropriate. You know, with the defense rate. We did it. We won a game.
Game. Blouse.
The first game win of Bronze to Mythic. Episode 1, Innistrad. Round 3. Wasn't a punt, it was an incomplete pass. What is with these swamp consider hands? Opponent's mulligan. I mean, I'm going to keep, once again, you know. I don't think we want to go 8-8 on our lands. We do have more black cards, but... Play more islands? I think we're... See? It's perfect. It's perfect. Let's go. We got a lot of stuff going on for my subscribers also here. We're doing fantasy now for everything. We have 2 fantasy football leagues. We have our Survivor League. It's obviously too late to join those. We're also doing a fantasy hockey league. If you're a subscriber to the stream or want to get involved with that, hop in the Discord and get into the discussions because we're doing fantasy hockey also. It's great. So we're gonna bin this island. And we're gonna draw a swamp. Sure, why not? All right, nothing great here, but sure. Big whiff at the window. Tap at the window here is look for the top 3, reveal a creature, and put it in your hand. This card's gonna whiff a lot. Like 3 cards is not that many, and your deck is often maybe a third creatures, but that's gonna be a lot of fail states here. So Ritual Guardians, a 3/2, gain lifelink. Sure, I'm not gonna bounce that. Just gonna untap, and just gonna say go. Put our flip the switch going here. Unruly Mob. I think with a card like this, I really don't like the amount of counter spells in Limited, which is the opportunity cost of leaving it up is so high. We're just going to jam it on almost anything. So, I don't think Unruly Mob is awesome here, but... Alright. Jeez. We could use this token to cast the Behemoth here. We'll just say go. We're taking some hits. They're going to try again. There's your flashback. Survey says... 3 Pumpkin Plains. 3 Pumpkin Plains. So they spent 6 mana to put a bunch of cards in their graveyard. Oof. Oof indeed. Oof. Adversary's sweet. So we're going to play our Behemoth here, though. And our sacrifice creature. Get rid of our thing. And we got Dreadhound next turn, and then a huge adversary for turn after. Seems sweet. They're gonna main phase the Cathar Commando? Okay. Alright, we're gonna get him here. Henry!
Jim, I hope Karna's doing better. Keep it up, and best wishes for him.
So chat just asked, shouldn't we have attacked for 2 first there? And again, this is a really odd thing because it feels weird, right? The decayed tokens will die if you attack with them. So that will not work. So they're not creatures. Try to think of them as a different resource, all right? They're a different kind of resource. So Dreadhound comes into play, mill 3. And we can attack with this thing here. They block with both. They take a bunch of damage. We take a 2 for 1s. That's great. Sure. So, kill both these. 3 damage to our opponent. And we got an adversary here ready to fire off some tokens. We could have waited and see if we don't have to like bounce, break up the double block, but it's fine. Correct. They die at end of combat, not end of turn. All right, this thing makes a 4/4. It's a solid card. Also, we have a way to kill it, which is great. So, play this. Right now we have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. This is 6, 8, or 3, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna wait a turn and cast this for like a full amount. I'm just gonna bounce this. So, attack. Yeah, it's my bad on the Survivor League. I should have made it so you can pick a team that hasn't played yet, not lock on Thursday. That's my fault. Here comes 6/6. Freaking huge bad doggy. Yeah, this card's really good. 4/4 for 4 is very, very solid. The flashback's pretty good too. I mean, I can't fathom that they'd even consider blocking here. It'd be an insane block. Taking 6 is totally fine. You can't lose all your resources here. Yeah, the decay mechanic's very interesting. It really is it's any mechanic that takes something you're used to, so creature tokens, and puts it in a way where you have to look at it completely differently is really, really cool. I agree, it's a cool mechanic. I like it a lot. Opponent's on the clock here, jeez. Opponent. Jump blocking with a 4/4 at 17 life. I know we're in bronze, but come on now. Cost 7 for 2 giggers. What? No, it's 8, right? 3, 6, 7, 8. Take 6. No, we're still on the clock here. Woo! Well, a reminder of our rating, again, the Marvel Strike Force sponsored stream today. Scan that QR code, download the game, play through the tutorial, and see if you like it. Give it a spin. Play as your favorite heroes. Spider-Man is your first hero, which is super awesome. Because obviously Spider-Man's great. And it helps support the stream, and you get to play a new game. It's free to download, free to play. Scan the code on the screen, give it a whirl, and Marvel Strike Force. We'll be playing that game a little bit later. Well, it's kind of chill. I'm waiting for my opponent to decide if they're on jump block or not here. Co-host apparel, get your co-host apparel stuff. We got the full 10 new brews are all up on YouTube now. Again, big thanks to Nicole for doing a great job on the thumbnails for them. Y'all have been loving them, which is great. The full set review is up. Dan Jessup is here, all right? And Dan says, if I downloaded Marvel Strike Force, then you should too, all right? So that's great. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. Boom! Take that. And just as I go here, we're going to Geist Wave this token. Miss Story is totally correct. So the untapped GG overlay is insane, especially good for limited. If you're on the computer, mouse over a card, you get exactly what I get. Just like that. It's like freaking magic. It's awesome. Check it out. Jared says, paying the bills, Jim. Nice hustle. Hell yeah. Let's go. They're hoping I'll give up. No, I'm not giving up. I never give up. I'll never back down. Maybe after a while I'd back down, honestly, but not yet. I haven't hit the line yet. Maybe like 20 or 30 more seconds and I'm out of here. Go play another game. And Mav says, how long do we have the Strike Force thing? Will also count for me. That QR code, again, you gotta use a QR code. They want to know it's me. I believe it's for 1 week, but I would do it sooner rather than later, because I'm not exactly sure on that. I know for Raid, Shadow Legends, it was 1 week, but... Bye-bye, opponent. Bye-bye. All right, we were obviously winning the game anyway, so we'll take it. And of course... There we go. Let's go. Flying through the ranks here. So quick update on Karn. Of course, Karn's our puppy. And he's been in and out of the vet for the last like 10 days. High fevers, won't eat. Been a huge, just sucks, basically. And there he is. We went to visit him yesterday. So good news for Karn. Karn had his MRI and his spinal tap yesterday, which is obviously insane for a freaking poor little dog you have to go through. But the good news is they found out he has some form of, what is it called, Toots?
It's steroid-responsive meningitis arteritis.
Steroid-responsive meningitis arteritis. And it's actually sick. We had the literal most useful YouTube comment of all time a few days ago. I want to give a big shout out to Chris Rogers, who literally made this comment. It was yesterday, and I was in the parking lot of the vet waiting to go in, and they're like, "Hey, my pup did this too. Is it possibly SRMA? It's a spinal disease." Blah 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 blah. Nailed it. Exactly what it was. And so Chris, most useful YouTube comment literally of all time. Diagnosed my dog across the internet without even seeing him. Just insane. So the good news is Karn's going to be on steroids, and he's going to get ripped. And we're going to bin this. Yeah, we can bin this. He's going to get ripped, and he'll be better almost immediately. And then after about a 3 to 6 month steroid regimen, I'm going to hold this, I think. I'd be a little greedy. I'll just cast it, actually. I can cast it, bounce it later, so sure. Let's cast this. And then the steroids will help fix the problem. And then after the regimen is done, he's healed. Totally healed and should never have a problem ever again. So fantastic news for Karn. And let's all hear it for Karn. Aww. Put your Karns in chat, please. Jim D. Puppy in chat, please. Hopefully Karn shares the roids with me, all right? Look at these arms, man. I've worked out in a long... Look at these arms. Like a limp noodle, you know? But I'm just totally out of shape. But yeah, so very, very cool. Karn should be coming home today. So big thanks to everyone for support. And then, oh my God, the Curse of Shaken Faith. This is the kind of card that's not really good limited. So whenever I cast a second spell or more, I take 2 damage. I just won't cast 2 spells. It's not that hard, right? And, all right, so we're there, coming in. So, yes, the Karn will be home later today and should be okay. Should be a full recovery, which is great. Brimstone Vandals. We have a 2/3 menace. And whenever day or night flips, I take 1. Okay. Now, that was a great draw. So we drew in a Static Awakener here, which will turn this zombie and makes it to a 4/4, which is awesome. Yeah, so let's fire in with our non-decayed creatures here. All right, Falcon Abomination. We're gonna cast our Awakener, and I put a Lamister, right? I guess we just do it now, so they can't like shock this in response. So we're gonna sacrifice the zombie. It's gonna transform. We draw a card. So 4 mana for a static creature, draw a card, or a cantrip 4/4 is pretty freaking awesome. So really, really cool. And it's funny we did almost 2 things up without the curse going off. I doubt this curse is gonna go off probably the entire game, honestly. It's not a very good card in Limited. It looks appealing, but the reality is that players just don't often play spells that often in Limited. You don't double spell that often. And it's all face up. So like your opponent can see this card and they know that they have the option of, if it's really important, I can play 2 spells. But if not, I can wait 2. All right, was he there if you played the pre-combat? No, so it's important to know the end of combat. Oh, you're right. You're right, Brendan. It didn't matter because they have a 2/2, but so I could have been tricky there. And because this ability is at instant speed, you can attack with your Decayed token, get in for the damage, and then sacrifice trigger on the stack, sacrifice, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna take 1. Ginger Avenger redeems Squats. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. All right, I will. After this game, I'll stand up. So we're gonna attack here. They do have 4 mana up and 5 cards in hand. We have multiple tricks on our side too. That's we're gonna jam. I did up the price on Squats. Yes. We'll go up. We'll go up. Going up. Bye. So they're going to block the 4/4 with their 2/3. And this is not going to go well for them. We're going to pass priority and see what happens. Get swole like Karn. Karn's going to be Hulk Dog. They're going to play Stolen Vitality. 2 mana instant. +3/+0. If it's your turn, trample. Your opponent's turn, first strike. So this is a great lesson for Limited. All right. This is a huge lesson in the high risk of trying to use your tricks defensively. Whenever you use a trick defensively, your opponent gets to untap, draw a card, and attack you with all of their mana and all of their tricks available. And because this happens like this, you often get blown out, right? So if I can kill this, I can bounce this. Now they've lost their trick. They've lost their creature. I'm still attacking. So I have 2 tricks here. I can just bounce it and clear it up, or I can startle. Startle will make it have 3 power, and startle works pretty well here actually. So we can startle, and it'll be a 3/3 blocking my 4/4, which is great. So Ginger, new sub. What's your name? Where are you from? Thanks so much. And startle's gonna be a 2-for-1 a lot of the time here. Honestly, we drew a card, and now we're gonna kill this creature, and they're taking a bunch of damage. And yeah, this is all just absolutely phenomenal for us. And now we're like, you know what? We're on the offensive. I could take 2 to play a spell. I don't really care, right? Let's play this and play a land. And play a Hoarding Zombie. Bring it on. I'll take 2. I can take it. Now we're doing some Squats. Accidental slow roll to explain why I'm winning. Yeah, I mean, you know, we gotta do the thing, you know? 2. 3. Elevator. 4. 5. So that's just a channel point reward on Twitch for my YouTube folks. 6. 7. Planestomper says, actually really good advice. Awesome, my friend. Welcome. Happy to have you here. All my new Bronze and Mythic viewers. You want to get better at Limited? It's a great series to watch. Firmament Sage. I have all the practical knowledge of just Limited in general, and then you learn the set together at the same time as well too. So draw a land. They play a 2/3, and they're just freaking dead, right? What are they at? 10. Let me bounce this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, just freaking dead. Whatever. Get out of here. All right, get out of here.
So you get nothing.
Woo!
Good day, sir.
Red Panda says, didn't realize that BTM is educational. Thought I was just a good player kicking noobs' asses. Hey, well, we go through all the levels here. We don't just stay in bronze, okay? We don't just stay in bronze. Rock and roll. We don't draw islands here. We don't draw islands here. All right, so we have Awakener, a 4-drop, a 5-drop, and 2 blue cards. We're going to mulligan this hand. I think on the draw, I might keep this one. Because I do think people mulligan too often and limited. But on the play, not casting many spells here, we're going to mulligan. All right. Fine. We're going to discard the flip the switch, or bottom the flip the switch here. Because cards like this are already awkward to cast and leave up. And we don't have any blue yet. So if we draw an island on turn 4 or 5, might not have time to leave this up. So we're just going to bottom this. Creature origin story. It's on the thing. Just read it. There's a whole description for what it is. So there you go. Can I donate to force you to exercise? Frosty Feet. What I encourage you all to do is, whenever I have to do squats, you should do them too. If you're at your desk, just stand up. Get some squats going. Get the blood flowing. You shouldn't sit in a chair all day, you know? All right, so not looking great here. We need to draw some lands. We need to draw them fast. How many Swamp Consider hands have we kept? Basically all of them. Festival Crasher here. Super cool card. All right, that's good. We drew a land. So we can cast spells now. So we have not exactly Kiln Fiend, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. Also Brimstone Vandal. Same idea as last game. But yeah, if we draw lands here, we're in great shape. And then most of our spells cost 4 or less. So don't kill it. Don't you do it. Oh, there's somebody. Black Widow's here to say thank you. It's got Menace. It's got Menace. What you making, McIntyre? Am I saying that right? I'm probably saying that wrong. Am I saying that right? Really just like I am my scoundrel here. Just I am the scoundrel. Just grilling. Quick drafts up yet? No idea. We do premier drafts here. People drafts. Best of 1 people drafts here on Bronze to Mythic. Locked in a Cemetery. So this is not a good play. So Locked in a Cemetery will tap it if you have 5 more cards, but keeps it tapped otherwise. So now our opponent's giving me the option to just not ever attack with this and have a 4/3 blocker. And if I ever block with it and trade, I am up a card now. So typically you want to use this card only if they're already tapped or if you have 5 cards in your graveyard. I can also Geist Wave it if I draw a land. But all right, so good news, bad news. Didn't draw a land. We get to turn it to Knight. And you get a bigger creature. We'll take 1 off the thing, which is fine, I guess. Now you have his monster 5/4 on defense, and they just can't really attack ever again. It is a menace, but and looking to draw some landos here to cast our spells. Take 2. Defense straight, sure. That is a spell we can cast. So there you go. McIntyre. I was saying it right. Making soy gusheng salmon. That sounds fancier than me, honestly. I don't know if I can handle that. I'm going to kill this. Obviously, I want to find better things to kill, but we're already at 14, going to 12 now. And the Day Knight's going to flip fairly often, I think, too. Someone's going to kill this. Or just stay alive. Just got to stay alive. Put the island back in. Listen, 9/7 is a very reasonable split. We're just hitting the odd side of things, you know? All right, so they draw a big-time werewolf here. And we draw an Awakener. That's actually pretty good. So now we can attack with the Marauder. Deal 5, play this, sack it, draw a card. This thing can have first strike because I can't really block this thing. It is it's a pretty good creature, honestly. All right, so let's attack. It doesn't have first strike. Can get first strike, sure. So attack with this. Play this. Sack our Marauder here. Draw. There we go. All right, now I can't block this thing, and it is pretty freaking big. I'm not gonna lie, but 4/5 can get first strike. So taking a bunch here, taking a bunch. Maybe we burn the defense rate a little too early, but I was definitely concerned about dying. Can always bounce this thing, get in combat startle. So love to draw some blue. What's up, Warlock? What's up, Jared? How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Bronze Mythic. Episode 1. Episode 1. Excuse me. Ooh, no land. Okay. So, pretty weird, honestly. So they didn't pump their creature, left all their mana up. I would say with a fairly high degree of certainty that they have the counterspell that we bottomed. Because whenever your opponent just has lands untapped and says go, you're always going to say, even if they didn't have an ability to play, they could have pumped this twice, right? But they have 6 cards in hand and 4 mana in play. Options are they're mana screwed or they have a counter spell. If they're mana screwed, then you're not really in a rush to do anything anyway. But if they have a counter spell, then this is really weird. So I think we're still going to play the Horde because there really isn't a better option. Playing Awakener for 1 mana is kind of eh. It's mostly just chump blocker. They could have removal also, but they probably would have killed this given the opportunity. So, but I think that we're too low on life and just don't really have any other options. We're still going to play the Horde. So we're going to play the Horde. They're going to counter it, make a zombie. It's going to suck. Nope. All right, cool. So it exiles some cards to the graveyard. Make some tokens. And now we might just swing for 4 because we know we're not blocking this, right? If we try and double block it, just give it first strike. We're taking a hit next turn. There's just no way about it. So just get it for 4. 4 is a lot. And Dreadhounds can do a lot of damage next turn we draw land. There's nothing. Okay. So that's obviously the best case for us, right? Just literally didn't use your mana. It's probably just mana screwed. They just don't have enough spells to cast. I agree. I like the decay mechanic a lot too. It's a very interesting mechanic. Investigate's a good, yeah. Investigate, food. Just like thinking of it as something other than a token, you know? There we go. Someone reached level 2. I wish I would tell you who, but they're going to have Vivisection and a semi-automatic colony and a silencing that still walks the streets. Dancing on the corpse's ashes. By my ways and broken well into the wishing well, wishing well, wishing well, wishing well. I think I have those lyrics wrong. I don't know what the hell the lyrics are. Who knows lyrics, right? All right, and now we just do nothing, and we draw a siege zombie, which can tap things to deal damage. And they're just like pretty dead, right? We can also just Awakener and just like sack it and try and draw a land. I kind of like that too, honestly. So Awakener. And do this. All right, and then we're not attacking. Just take it up. Yeah, if we drew a land for Hound, they were dead, but probably. This card's unreal. Like, why is this card a rare or something? It seems like a Mythic uncommon. Guys, so we bounce. We can't cast these blue cards right now. These blue cards are off to the side for a reason. No islands. 9/7's too big of a split. Too big of a split. Might as well be 11-3, you know? Miss 2 damage on the K token. I mean, I guess I could have attacked and they probably would have blocked it though. I mean, could have attacked though, stacked it, and then this. They're gonna play a Spell Rune Howler. Whenever you cast answer sorcery spell, it gets +2/+2, and they're gonna lock in the cemetery my demon. But again, they don't have any cards in their graveyard, so it just doesn't even do anything. And we draw another blue card. Oh, yay. All right, so we're going to Pure Omen Precept. Thanks so much. All right, so we're going to just fire up a Mind Rot, make a token, play the Siege Zombie, start eating away at their life total. Get it? Eat. Zombie. Brains. Anyone? Play Siege Zombie and just say go. Oh, I guess I can't tap the demon because it won't untap, so I can only deal a one shot. But that was 2 spells too. So night turns day. Day rises. It's a brand new day, folks. And they're just gonna say go again. Jeez. Boom. Kind of a weird. It's really cool because a lot of what makes Magic great is when you see things in different context, right? So this is our creature tokens in a different context. And the day-night cycle puts things in different context too, because it's like, I'm not used to having to play spells or not play spells for a reason, you know? So they have a bunch of mana up. Oh my, what is this? When did they mill these? Oh, these are the cards that they discarded. Oh, they're just horribly mana screwed. They're just like a 3-color deck. All right, whatever. Yeah, we're jamming everything. Let's go. They got nothing. They got nothing. They got nothing. Like, it is pretty unlikely to draw 6 swamps and 0 islands in your 9 swamp, 7 island deck. I'm just saying. So, we mill island.
Somebody's playing a prank on me.
We mill island, island, island off of our Dreadhound as if to try and be like, yo, Jim, it's not mathematically impossible, all right? And and now we can move to combat. They're at 10. I'm just going to say go. We attack with... we could maybe get some damage done here, but, like, I'm not in a rush. We have Siege Zombie in play. They could have a trick or some kind. Whatever. Just unreal. You wouldn't even believe it. If I told you... If you didn't see it happen, you wouldn't even believe if I told you, all right? You wouldn't even believe if I told you. Arena's got jokes. Arena's got jokes. Whew, boy. Whew. So now I only have 4 islands left in 19 cards. So, still like, you know, a quarter of a deck is islands. Oh, they have islands. Look at them. Look at them. And the art of his land is pretty freaking dope. I shouldn't change my arts. Screw Thoros Beyond Death. Do they tie it with attack all? So they're going to burn the Accursed, targeting my... Doesn't burn only do 5? Okay. They're going to burn the Accursed, my Dread thing. Not quite. What else you got? They have a Moonrager's Slash. So now the Spell Rune Howler is really, really big. So we're going to tap the Hound and the 2 zombies that can't block and deal 1. And then that's going to cause them to lose 1 life. See, right? No? Is it another? Oh, it's Exile. They didn't die, right? Got it. And, okay. Warlock. Later, my friend. And they're at 9. They're tapped out, though, so they die in the backswing here, like, if they attack with anything. This does kill them. So now we have... Yeah, there's like, really dead in the backswing. I'll go to 1. They played a land, right? Played a Lamastern? Did they play a Lamastern? I don't remember. I wish there was a log on Magic Online. They play a Lamastern, chat. They play the Island Stern, right? Yeah, okay. So they're just all right, sure, whatever. Yeah, bring it. So just dead on board. No problem. Oh, I'll tap that one though. No problem going to 1 here. We hit him the old Space Jam.
Game. Blouses.
There we go. There we go. Oh, let's do it again. There it is. Let's keep... Oh, what? What? We drew an island. Inconceivable. We drew an island. Keep. Awaken her. Wake me up before we go. They have an island too. Look at them. Oh my god. This is part of the allure of the Bronze Mythic series, all right? So we get to talk about some basics. You know, we get to talk about things as we work our way up the ladder here. So if, you know, what are the things you need to learn at each level, right? So if you're a newer player in Bronze, we get to see the things you really shouldn't be doing, right? And this obviously for some players this is like a really, really obvious thing, but for newer players it's not, right? So we see a Fading Hope on our 1-drop. So an unsummon, bounce the creature back to our hand, they get to scry 3. An important lesson about bounce spells. Bounce spells are simply card disadvantage. When you play a bounce spell, you use your 1 card and you gain 0 cards in response, right? So because the card, they just get the card back. So it's only tempo. It's not card advantage in any way. It's not even card parity. You actually lose a card. And the benefit is you can cast this card in combat, in response to a bounce spell. You can bounce a 6-drop, make him recast it again. It's a tempo card, right? It's tricky. So don't want to play that usually on a cheap creature. And if your intent was to scry, you can do it on my end step. You don't need to do it on the main phase either. So only if you're desperate for a land drop. And yeah, so we're going to keep on rocking and rolling here. So they play a Flame Channeler, a card that's actually really, really good. And we're just going to attack, though, and probably see if they block or not. They block, we can Startle. If they don't block, we can play maybe Mind Rot. We can play Awakener. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. So no blocks. And then, so options here are Mind Rot or Awakener and leave up Geist Wave and Startle. Play this. They're also playing 42 cards. And again, this is not for me to make fun of my opponent here. This could be their literal first draft in the history of Magic. The whole point of this is to recognize mistakes that are being made and to learn from them. That's the whole point. So never disparaging my opponent anyway here. They're playing 42 cards. Probably shouldn't do that either. Always want to play 40, so you're playing your best cards. But so they're going to play the Obsessive Astronomer, sure. And they're just going to say go. So we could cycle our Geist Wave here and just bounce our Awakener and then recast it next turn. That is congruent with playing No Way Out or playing Startle next turn. No, we're just not that. And all right, let's play. We're just gonna attack. So we'll send in the Siege Zombie. Now it's interesting because if our opponent wanted to play around Startle, and they could block with both, then we would be able to do this. But they're not gonna do that though. That's fine. So we're just gonna take it. So take damage, and then we're just gonna Mind Rot them. Let's give them the old Mind Rot. Nothing really crazy here. They discard 2 and make a zombie. Next turn we can use the zombie to flip our Awakener. We also have mana up for Geist Wave and Startle. I think a lot of what Limited is all about is planning and sequencing, right? So sequencing is figuring out when you want to play things at what point. So we figure out that next turn we have 3 mana for this and 2 mana for this. Now you have all of our mana accounted for. So every turn we're trying to use all of our mana as efficiently as possible. So we're going to play a land here. We're going to jam with the Awakener and the Siege Zombie. I guess we could send the zombie in also, because we're going to sack it in combat or at the end of combat. So we'll send zombie in too. Attack. So now we pass priority. This ability is a force of instant speed, so it can be a 4/4. They're going to block the Alchemist on the 2/2, and then not block this. So that's fine. So we're going to just sacrifice the token. Make it into a 4/4, draw a card. We're going to draw a Hobbling Zombie, sure. And then nothing we can do here as far as dealing damage. That's fine. So do that, and then we'll just say go. With Geist Wave and Locked in the Cemetery available. It's going to go to Night, though. So they're going to discard 2 cards and draw that many cards. They also discarded a Crasher and a Harrier. What's up, EMC? What's up, my friend? Malevolent Hermit. Cool card. Yeah, no Palace Jailer in my cube. I just hate the Monarch mechanic, personally. I have one. It could go in. I might put it in at some point. I just hate that mechanic, so... how to go to Night? I didn't Mind Rot this turn. I activated my Demon this turn. Mind Rot was last turn. They're going to come in with their 2/2/2s, which is fine. I'm just going to take this, no problem. A day turns night. Day turns night. Night light, sucker. Is there a window to sack a Decayed Zombie after dealt damage? Yes, there is. You can respond to a trigger, but would sacrifice it. In the end of combat step. And then we're going to, just untap here. It's fine. Another Awakener. Okay, so we're going to jam. I'm going to leave a 2/2 back, because they've shown now that they're pretty comfortable blocking with the Alchemist, so we're not really getting in there. And then we can use the zombie on defense in concert with our Startle. They can counter a Startle with the Hermit, but we'll go from there. We'll figure that out. So, gonna play our Hobbling Zombie, and I want to leave these spells up, so we're not gonna play this Awakener. Get some good blocks now. 16-8. They're still on 3 lands. Nope, that was 4. So, discarded 2 spells to our Mind Rot. So, and 2 spells to their Astronomer. So. EMC Ride. And no blocks, no nothing. It shouldn't do anything. So now we have an option here to bounce. We don't really need to. It doesn't really do much. So they could counter it if they wanted to. Startle's the same thing. We're just going to untap here. Untap. And draw another land, which is cool. And now we're going to just jam. And probably send in the Zombie and the Demon. We're going to play a land first. So we have more mana for our Startle around this mana leak. So play that. Attack step, send in the Demon and the Zombie. Again, no point in the Siege Zombie getting in. See, they want to make some blocks here. We have Startle and the mana to pay for the Malevolent Hermit. Real good card. Real good card. We're going to block the Astronomer on the Zombie. So we'll Startle here. I'm pretty happy to keep my Zombie around, I think. Nothing else to really do with our mana. Oh, I guess we could actually just play the Awakener and flip it. That's actually pretty cool. So now we have this is 4 mana to play and flip, and we still have the tricks up too. We can trade here. This is fine. I'll offer the trade. Ding us for 1, sure. Make the trades. They go to 4. I must say, so far I've been very impressed with this Ecstatic Awakener. And I'm gonna say go, and I'm going to flip the Awakener on their upkeep. So why am I doing this now? So if they have a way to kill it, like a shock or some small amount of damage, and they draw it on their turn, they can use it. But if they have it on our turn, now they'll have to use the mana for it on their upkeep. So I'm gonna do this now. Yeah, it's like Owlbear 2.0. All right, so draw a Horde, make another 4/4. Still have Startle and Geistwave up. They can counter it now, but ping them first. Then it's untapped. All right, they're gonna draw, and they can attack us in theory. It might have been better though. Might have been better. Might have been worth the 1 damage here. So they're gonna burn the Accursed on the 4/4, and I can do 1. I can untap. We can just bounce it back to our hand. Honestly, it's pretty sweet. And they don't really have any good answers. I mean, they might just die here too, but hey, I'll bounce it. Whatever, sure. Where's the survey? All right, so fizzle that. Don't take any damage. It's kind of cool. Owlbear instead of Owlbear. I like it. I like it. I like Owlbear. So we're gonna jam here with just our 4/4. And they're probably gonna double block with the Hermit and the Channeler and get blown out. If that's, yeah, that's good. Just like this. And there's Startle. Yes, no, maybe so. Yep. Startle. Make the zombie, then use the zombie for our Awakener. So great mana. Oh, that's great. That's great. There we go. Easy game. Easy game. Let's go. Rocking and rolling in this first draft. Rocking and rolling. First draft. First draft's going well. Hey! It's an island! We drew an island. We did it! Yeah, Startle is just like a bunch of material. You get 2 mana for a trick, a card, and a token. Consider me this. Consider me that. I haven't drawn this card yet. This card's really good. I haven't drawn a rare much either, honestly. Our first 2 picks. I like these lands in the sense that they're pretty to look at. I hate them in gameplay. Like they look really cool, but I really hate them. Like seeing them in play. They're pretty hard to see what they are. What's up, Irish? You bet against me? What are you, crazy? Are you crazy? All right, we're gonna bin this kind of mopey blue trick and draw a card. Cool. All right, so fire up the old siege zombie here. Hold on to our adversary. Again, Opportunist is unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. Dimir does seem very good. That seems to be the consensus so far, but Dimir is very good. Vengeful Strangler. 2/1 can't block. When it dies, flip it or bring it back from the graveyard transformed, and it enchants a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Beginning of your upkeep, enchant a permanent's controller sacrifices a non-land permanent, and then they lose 1 life. Okay. There's a guy who plays Boomerlands. You can tell what Boomerlands are. Boomerlands are great. Don't you dare talk trash about Boomerlands in my chat. All right, come on, get out of here. All right, we're gonna Morbid. We could go Adversary and Awakener. I first. But I want to like make tokens of this for my Awakener too. So let's play the Opportunist. Opportunist. Alright, so Swamp. Odric's Outrider. So pretty good. And they're just going to attack. So now if this dies, they enchant a permanent, and I have to sacrifice an online. Basically whatever they enchant just dies. But I would draw... Actually, I would draw 2 cards here. Because I would block. This will trigger. It'll enchant it. I draw a card for this dying. Then on my turn, I stack the Opportunist and draw a card for the Opportunist. But of course, just keeping Opportunist in play is very good as well. And also pump this thing too. Pretty interesting spot here. Pretty interesting spot. Let's figure out what our next turn is. Because again, sequencing is very important. Probably just playing the Scoundrel. Other. Oh, other. You're right. Good catch. Good catch. Reading is clutch. Alright, so Defense Straight. Not a bad card to kill, honestly. We draw a card, too. Yeah, I'm just going to kill this. This card's pretty good, honestly. And we get to get in for a bunch here. Draw a card, play the Awakener, and then draw more lands for our 5 and 6 drops. This is fine. Kill this.
Get off my plane.
Alright, and play Awakener. Pump this thing up, too. It's kind of cute. I didn't realize that when this dies, too. Unruly Mob. Sure. This thing can't block either, so... And we missed the land drop. Missed the land drop. It stinks. So we just jam here. I'll try to Awakener for the mob. It's fine. Actually, with this thing in play too. This card's unreal. This card's unreal. So we'll play Scoundrel post combat. So jamming. The good news is with Awakener is that it's obviously a payoff for having fodder in play, right? It's a fodder payoff. So you have a crappy thing in play. You can sacrifice it, gain some value. But it is also fodder in and of itself, being a 1-mana 1/1. So, like, I can sacrifice it to my Eaten Alive for pretty cheap, which is kind of cool, too. So here comes Strangler again. Just not going to block it. It's totally fine. Day turns night. Another Awakener? Okay. I mean, they got something going on here. I don't think there are any, like, destroy target attacking creatures in this set. I'm just going to attack. I also have this flip the switch here too, which isn't too bad. Just jam. Hello? Pumpkins. Sun Gold Barrage. Kill creature with toughness 4 or greater. But now I can sacrifice this creature to the Awakener. And that's some pretty good value. I like that. Sure. So they probably should, if they wanted to do this, they probably should have done this on their turn. Oh, it wasn't night yet, was it? It wasn't night yet. Alright. Sure. So draw 2 cards off the Opportunist. Fizzle that. Slam. And it's going back to daytime. No current effect on the board, but... Oh, I'm sorry. It was an ability, not a spell. Still nighttime. Still nighttime. And they're going to Candle Grove Witch, which has Coven Flying. Now, Coven... Haven't seen this one yet. Coven's a mechanic that turns on when you have 3 or more different powers in play. And they're just going to attack. They're just dead. Okay, cool. That's great. That's great. We're cruising. We are cruising. Bronze to Mythic, episode 1, rocking and rolling. Our finals boss is in gold. Going for 7 wins. We have an island in our hand. We're keeping all day, every day. Let's go. Let's keep this hand. Anyone? Awakener. What? Oh, they have... Oh, exile up to 1 target card. Okay, so it just... This card's a very interesting case study in trying to figure out what's the mana value of a zombie token. What's a decayed token worth? You know, if I have to spend mana for a decayed token, how much is the right amount, right? I would say 1 black is not good enough. So this is basically 3 mana for 2 tokens. Is that good enough? Kinda. All right, that's a pretty gutsy turn 2 there. So they're gonna sacrifice their token, which is good, obviously, just to kill my 1/1. That's where you're at. If that's where you're at, that's where you're at. But I can bring us an important lesson in Limited, honestly, anyway, of how important your removal spells are. If you play a lot of Constructed and don't play a lot of Limited, it's kind of easy to forget like how important your kill spells are and how few and far between they are. You really want to kill something that's nasty with your kill spell. You should be, your defaults with your kill spell should be, I don't want to cast this. I need a reason to cast this, not I want to cast this. Give me a reason not to. All right, so play land here. Obviously, it's 2-3. This card's pretty good. Card's pretty good. Put some cards in the graveyard, can draw land a lot of the time. Also, mill this flashback card, which is super sick value. And we're gonna play Opportunist here. Just say go. Yeah, so the reunion card is kind of cool for like graveyard hate. It's not good enough as a token maker by itself, but kind of a cool card. There's land number 4. They have multiple flashback cards available to them, which is kind of cool, but nothing else going on. Drunk Dino Rider. That's a fun name. And we're just saying go. Honestly, we have nothing we're super interested in casting. Behemoth, I would love to have a token to sack with the Behemoth. And we could even cast Startle end step, just cantrip, make a token, and then just sacrifice it next turn. Because I think at 2 mana, make a token, draw a card is honestly almost there in and of itself. All right, so they're gonna attack. This card seems great. Yeah, I mean, this card seems awesome. But the thing is, like, if you're gonna kill it, you want to kill it after I put mana into it, not before. You know, very, very poor mana development or whatever. So we're gonna startle this. Not using it as a trick, just using it as a 2 mana cantrip zombie token. Draw land, perfect. So yeah, this card is not the worst target for removal, but remember, I didn't say we need to use it on when it's okay. I said you hold it until you have to use it for sure, and you're getting great value off it. Your kill spell should be killing top quality creatures or being used in combat to break things up in some way, which is the best possible value you can get for it. Yeah, we're gonna cast this monster here. This card seems very, very good. Sack this, draw a card, get some value. This is great. Yes, no name. Yes, absolutely. Again, Karn's coming home today, and he should be honestly ready to go. He's got his medicine, taking steroids for a while. Organ Hoarder, fantastic. Look how big this freaking thing is.
Oh my God, Becky.
Look how big this freaking thing is. All right. Dawn Heart Rejuvenator, 2/4, gain 3 life, making color mana. Cool card. Cool card. Gonna help these flashbacks for sure, but let's see what else is up. See what else is up. Just dinking away with the Siege Zombie here. Decay tokens are worse than or equal to treasure tokens. They're different because you use them differently, but they feel very similar. Not worth a card, but still quite good. All right, play a land here. I'm merging a jam with our monster creature. Start there. Just honkin' chonker. And probably just playing the Organ Hoarder this turn, looking for another land or spell to play. This thing is big. Is big. So you could play the Blade. I mean, the Baneblade Scoundrel does obviously attack very well next turn. But the Organ Hoarder has a chance to draw a 1 or 2 drop we can cast. I'll play Scoundrel. They're just big. Play this later. Alright. Daytime is here. It's a new dawn. A new dawn is upon us. There's line number 7. And they can flash back their 4/4. Shadow Beast Sighting. I love the art of this card. Just great. Just great. Alright, so, yeah. A red dawn. Blood has been spilled this night. And, just gonna keep getting in with this, little siege zombie here. I mean, a bear with this much upside is really, really good. So we draw a Faceless, or a Falcon Abomination. Now we're gonna jam, and they're probably gonna have to double block this thing, or should I blow it out defense straight? And realistically, like, we're just gonna draw cards off this thing too. It's just gonna be a great combat for us. It's a beast. It's a beast. Rip Filthy Cur. Keith is a boomer in chat. Keith, no one else here knows what Filthy Cur does, all right? I doubt there are very few Magic players in chat right now or in the YouTube comments that can tell you the Oracle text of the card Filthy Cur. I can. But I doubt there are many. So flanking here on the Scoundrel shrinks both of these down. Blocking with the 1-3 was not necessary. I'm not sure why they did that. But so this is a spot here where like we could easily use this kill spell and get a 2-for-1. But I think I'm okay with this. I'm just going to save this for a better creature, you know? Don't really need to play it. We have Falcon Abomination. We have Grinder too. We're going to draw a card. This is fine. Oh, but I'm sorry. They blocked it like this. So this is the first blocker, so I have to kill it. Never mind. We're good. We're good. So because the orders are already blockered and they ordered the Rejuvenator first, damage will go there first and it won't kill this. So we're going to kill this and keep our creature alive. All right, and we draw Awakener. And then we just play an Abomination here. Is there a Wrath in this set? There is the Meat Massacre, I guess. That would be pretty bad. We still draw a card, though. So, Core, resub, month number 2, most important month. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. You great. You great. Woo!
Game. Blouses.
Oh, all right. 7 wins in our first draft. And the one loss we took was the very first game, and we didn't cast any spells. So we didn't actually lose a notch there because we hadn't gotten any notches yet. So that was a full max win first draft here for Bronze to Mythic. The highest we can be after one episode is Bronze Tier 1, and there we are. YouTube folks, I love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Episode 2 of Bronze to Mythic is coming up next. Love you all. Thanks for watching.